Hello from AlphaCars in Boxborough, Massachusetts. We are looking at 1988 Volga Gaz 2410. We have a full history of this model 2410 on our website, and with this particular video we're going to show you the condition of this car, which is absolutely amazing. We're very lucky to have it. This might be one of the nicest and certainly the most original examples you're going to find these days. The first thing we're going to do, we will use a paint meter, and this is the tool that we use to identify if panels are original, have original paint, or they have other than factory paint. It measures thickness of the paint, and on a Russian vehicle of this vintage, it should be somewhere between 2.5 to 4.5. So we'll start from the hood, and we're measuring 2.5. On the fender, we're measuring 4.5. We are going down, and it shows 3. We keep going, and it shows 3. It shows 4.5. There are a couple of spots on this car, in particular the right side doors, where we know there were some spot repairs done. Here's 4 on this door, and then we're going around and we're looking at the quarter panel. We're measuring 3, and we just keep going around the vehicle. 3, trunk lid, 3.5, 3, 4.5, which is consistent with factory thickness, 2.5. Again, keep in mind, these were painted in the 80s. 2.5 on the door, 2.0 on the driver's door, and as we make our way around the vehicle, we're showing 2.5 on the driver's door front edge, 3 on the fender, and 2.5 on the fender. We're back to the hood where it measures 2.5. So this car has paint thickness consistent with the new vehicle, and we do know that on the right side doors have some touch-ups done, but it was nicely done. There was no accident. It was just probably some cosmetic damage that was repaired. Roof of the car is in excellent condition. Windshield has no chips, no scratches. The rubber seal is original. Chrome molding is proper and original. As we go around, the glass around the vehicle all looks very, very good. We'll take a peek inside. We'll have a separate video for the road test, but for right now, we're just gonna take a quick look at the interior. Just an amazing original condition with absolutely no imperfections. Everything is in undisturbed factory original condition. We're going to start the vehicle and we'll listen to the engine. I'll pop the hood right here, and we'll turn the key in the ignition. The mileage on this car is 17,400 kilometers, which is probably a little over 10,000 miles. I will make sure it's in neutral. Yes, it is. It starts right up. I don't have the choke out. It's been inside. We're going to listen to the engine, which is running amazing, and it looks even better. This is what's so valuable about this car. Everything is original, from ignition wires, fuel pump, oil filter, even the clamps on the hoses are original. Of course, the radiator, the overflow hose, everything is original. Look at the color of the aluminum on the carburetor, on the linkages, rubber, plastic bushings, everything is original. Look at these clamps. Heater control valve, everything is original. All proper hardware throughout. The only additional item that was installed, which is not uncommon, it is an additional inline fuel filter. Here's their original fuel filter here, and there is an inline fuel filter that was installed and spliced into the factory hose. It sounds incredibly quiet, idles beautiful, has excellent throttle response. And now we're going to take a look at the underbody of this vehicle. Oh, let's take a peek in the trunk. Nice sound from the exhaust. The condition of the trunk is simply like on a brand new vehicle, even including a grease gun. These cars were sold and the grease gun was part of the tool package. Air pump, jack, it's all included. Here is the little sticker with the name of the color and the yellowish tacky material that you have. It's a special rust proofing that was applied. Okay, I'm going to shut this off and we're going to put it up in the air using our shoplift. But before we do that, we will take a peek and we'll look at the underbody again. We have a toolkit, comprehensive, basic toolkit, comprehensive toolkit. We have a factory tire pressure gauge right here. It's tough for me to pull it out with one hand, but I'll give it another try. Yep, I got it. So there it is. So this car is extremely original with no rust, no issues, and the reason it is so well preserved because it was not driven very much. It was not driven at all on the rainy or snowy days. And then, as you can see, it was rust-proofed with amazing level of detail. Here we have a fire extinguisher, which is a must for to be on the road in Russia. The car cannot be driven if it doesn't have a fire extinguisher. Oh, there's even a crank handle, so you can start the engine if your battery is low. You need to slide this through the bumper hole, crank it over, and it will start up. So let's put this car up in the air, and we will look at the underbody. We'll take a walk around the car while we are halfway there, getting it up on the lift, and we'll look at the rocker panels, which are in amazing condition, nice and straight with no rust. We're looking at the bottom of the quarter panels. There's some dirt here. This is not rust. And then we're going around the vehicle. Yeah, again, this is just some dirt that passes through the mud flaps. This car has installed, they can be easily removed, but these are heavy-duty plastic fender liners on both sides, something that keeps the moisture and dirt from getting into the fender areas. This car was just driven, so we can see some road dirt and residue. It was just on the road tested by our technician, who reported that it drives as good as Mercedes of that vintage from the 80s. We will be refinishing the hubcap. There's some, it's a factory hubcap for the 2410 that we have some silver paint that's delaminating. We're gonna clean that and refinish it. Nice straight lines, great condition of chrome and detail throughout the vehicle. Original driving lamps. And nothing aftermarket on this car or improper from the vintage standpoint. We continue our underbody inspection. Now that the car is fully up on the lift, we're going to look at the underbody, suspension, and the drivetrain components. I'm going to make some comments and observation, and with this video camera you'll be able to see the condition of all of these parts. The condition of the underbody is actually incredibly impressive, because obviously when this car was brand new, it was taken in and the entire underbody was properly rust-proofed, and that's one of the contributing reasons why it's holding up so well after all these years. We're looking at the 1988 Volga GAZ 2410. And now looking at the specific details, all these areas that often get rusted out, they just look like brand new. They look absolutely like brand new. The leaf springs have a little surface rust, which is not uncommon. And then we're looking at the rear end, which shows a little bit of surface rust here and there. Backing plates, just a little bit of surface rust. And of course, exhaust system is nice and strong. You can even still see some silver original paint on the pipes and on the resonator in the back. But it does look absolutely original, and this is an original exhaust system on this car. As we continue to look, the inner rocker panels, brake and fuel line, they look amazing, just absolutely amazing. Looks like the underbody got scuffed here a little bit, and there's a little bit of surface rust where the metal was open for a short while. That's about it. The same thing here, we see just a little bit of rust. Oh, that's from the lines just rubbing against. You can see a little bit of just open undercoating, but nice and solid metal underneath. We will continue the inspection. I'm just going to move the source of light so we're going to have a better look at everything. Yep. Unibody structure, all the rails and the members of the unibody are in great condition. Suspension components look phenomenal, even minimal to no surface rust, even on the suspension components. We're looking at the engine. It has not been cleaned. This is the condition we got the car in, and it's quite impressive. And this car feels rock solid on the road. It was just road tested and checked by our technician here at AlphaCars. Thank you for viewing this video from AlphaCars in Boxborough, Massachusetts. This is a 1988 Volga GAZ 2410 with only 17,000 kilometers. You can find all additional information, pricing, and details on our website, alphacars.com, or simply calling us at 978-263